Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. Here. Here, interesting, isn't it? Here. Here we are, here. Where? Here. We're here. We are here. We say that to Esther. We are here. She's looking around. Here is interesting, isn't it? Here meaning focused. Focused in this moment. Focused in this time-space reality. Yes. Focused out here on the leading edge of thought with you. Focused here with you because you are the leading edge of thought. We know you think it's us, but it's really you. You have come to play with us, but we have come to play with you. In other words, it's a co-creative dance at its very best, where the whole of who you are comes together. And it's nice when the whole of who you are converges, because often when you're physically focused, the whole of who you are does not converge. It wants to, it just doesn't, because you sometimes do that thing where you don't allow it. So we've been calling this gathering the art of allowing, and that's what it is, the art of allowing all of you to be here. Here. Maybe here isn't the best word. Let's start again. Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are now. That's a better way of saying it. Of course, it sounds like a freak show to anyone outside these walls, because they don't really get the power of focus and the power of thought and the power of mind and the power of the wholeness and the power of the expansion and the power of who you really are. Most physical beings are so, human beings are so oriented toward the here because they can see it, describe it, see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it. It's the way it is mostly defined. But the nowness can reach beyond what you're seeing or hearing or smelling or tasting or touching, because what you are feeling is always evidence of that convergence between the source part of you and the physically focused part of you. You know you are more than you see sitting here in these chairs, yes? 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 Well, maybe you do and maybe you don't, because you've got so used to thisness. Here I am. Let me look at my tongue this morning and see how I'm doing. Here I am in my physical beingness, and we say, well, that's a start. At least you're not calling yourself physical doers or physical havers. You are getting that you are being, and in this beingness there is this emotion that lets you know in every moment how you be. How you be. Your emotion lets you know how you be. And the better you feel, the better you be. Meaning the more of you are allowing to be. When you're ornery, well, not you. We know that you are not ever ornery. Not you. But when those other ones are ornery, what that means is they're not letting themselves be, not really be. They've got a good part of their true beingness pinched off because they're focused upon something that the larger part of them does not agree with, and so they can't be where the larger part of them is. They are disallowing the larger part of them. When you are afraid, that fear is just the indicator that you're not being, you're not knowing, you're not being who you really are. So, as we call this gathering the art of allowing, we're really talking about the art of being who you really are. The art of being the full being that is really who you are. We are eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. What you have noticed, if you've been playing with us at all, is that when you gather in a forum like this, that the actual gathering has taken place before you dragged your physical bodies here. Because what you've been living as you've been sifting and sorting, has been launching these rockets of desire that are vibrationally preceding your manifestation. Now we're having a manifestation here today. Here you all are. You've manifested yourselves into this beautiful space, in this beautiful city, on this beautiful day, surrounded by beautiful people. In other words, this is a lovely manifestation. And it's going to get lovelier as the day unfolds, because more and more of that which you be is going to join that which you were and become that which you are. In other words, it's really a wonderful thing to watch the blending of that which is you. Sometimes as you come, you're still sort of caught up in where you've come from, what's been going on, sort of a busy morning for some of you, just sort of getting from wherever you are, except for the lazy ones that are at home still, feet up on desks with their breakfast still munching, in other words. So here you are, here we be in this process of blending. And what is most exciting to us, and we mean that in the fullest sense of the word, because it thrills us every time it happens, and it happens every time, is that we begin, as we begin, you are individual more consciousnesses who have come from your individual more experiences where what's been going on with you is active in your vibration. And some of what's been going on with you has you a little bit fragmented or not completely immersed or blended with the whole of who you are, because you've been having some thoughts that your inner being does not agree with. You get what we mean by that? You were source energy before you came into this physical body. And even though a part of consciousness came into this body and you recognize it as you, the personality that is you, the larger part of who you are did not come forth into this personality but remained non-physically focused. That's what so many people throughout time have understood sporadically as they speak of soul, or as they speak of that source, as they speak of that heaven, or even that God. In other words, the larger part of you, this eternal consciousness, remains non-physically focused, while a part of that consciousness is your personality, is the you that you know as you. You. Don't ever let anyone, even anything we say, make you misunderstand the importance of that which is you. It's big time important that you are here in this personality as you, and you're not here to move up a karmic ladder. You're not here to fix things that are broken, and you're not here to save a world that needs to be saved, because it does not. You are here as creators to discover from your focus things that are of interest to you that you would like to enhance or change or experience. Not because change is necessary, but because change is inevitable, because expansion means change must be. And in this eternal world or universe or state of being that we all exist in, change must happen. What do you want to talk about? Nothing is off limits, although we will gather the sequence in a remarkably brilliant way. You have some things you want to talk about. It's going to be a very good gathering. Begin right here. You know that nothing has been left undone. There isn't a subject that we have not addressed. And you know that to the beginning and ending of you, you have heard the answer that you are looking for. Yes? Yes. Would you agree with us that from where you sit right now, you are recognizing that it's easier than you've been making it out to be? Yes. Can you feel the resourcefulness of Source and its ever-ready availability to you? And are you accepting that it really is your work to come into the vicinity? And do you also realize that with every effort is not the best word, because effort usually implies pushing against something, but with every concentrated decision that you make to improve the way you feel, that you then have access to more resources and more resources? Do you like knowing that you are here to manifest? Do you like the physicality, the sensuality of your physical time-space reality? Don't you love the beauty of it, the color of it, the texture of it, the sound of it, the feel of it, the smell of it, the taste of it. Isn't this just a delicious place to be focused? And can't you feel that this creative palette is just beginning, that there's so much more deliciousness to be discovered, to be desired, to be understood, and then to be realized? And aren't you pretty hot on the idea of the incremental realizing of it? Doesn't it feel satisfying to you to feel yourself off and then feel yourself on? Don't you love that self-control? And aren't you always excited when that self-control then yields evidence of your true power? We can feel that you are enjoying the understanding of your true power. And we use the word power in the sense of love, the power of source, the power of goodness, the power of well-being, because you can't wield that power against anything. You can't use power against anything without it backlashing. You can only use power for something. You only align with goodness. So we want to say to you that the power that exists, the only power that exists, is the power of goodness. And you have been contributors of it because you have helped define what it is that you want. And the larger part of you stands in the holding of all of that and calls you into alignment with it. We want to remind you, as we are bringing this gathering to an ending today, that the feeling of alignment is the greatest power that there is. The feeling of alignment is the greatest power that there is. But it doesn't end with the feeling. It will flesh out into more of the delicious things that you're wanting, and it will confirm itself to you endlessly. You are powerful creators who have had a lot of experience in manifestation. And it is our knowing, and it is our joyful acknowledgement that now that you understand who you really are, now that you understand, and you do, your emotions are guidance that let you know your relationship between what you're thinking right now and what the source within you knows about the same subject. Now that you know how to easily move into simple and fast alignment with who you really are, the manifestations will start flooding in today as evidence that you have found your place. You found your place. You're not going to come again talking about glitches and struggles. You're going to come again talking about ideas and advancement. Once you got this and you got it, you can't go back from it. You will never be the same. You can't unlearn what you learned. You can vibrate in opposition to it, but it will only help you remember it more. So whenever you feel negative emotion, it's just jogging your memory of what you know as a result of what we've talked about here today. We feel so much love and appreciation for your willingness not to just be here playing with us all around the world or in this room. It's not just this nowness that we adore you about. It's your willingness to be in this body at all. Your willingness to be out here on this leading edge of thought. Your willingness to explore and put into the vortex things for you to reap the benefit and reward of manifestation of now, or things that will be saved for generations to come who are less resistant to the idea. But we want to say to you, if this time-space reality has inspired within you a desire, this time-space reality and this nowness has the power and the willingness and the capacity to yield it to you fully now. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain eternally and blissfully, robustly and friskily in the vortex.